guys, it's Jamie with the Bowling Group, Keller Williams Realty. Just wanted to go over a couple things that Cole and I have heard a lot lately with the way the market is, and just kind of go over some different things with the types of loans that are available to buyers out there right now. If you're a seller and you are receiving offers for, FHA, VA, or conventional, you keep hearing that conventional is the best. So I just kind of want to go over the differences and maybe ease your mind if you are a seller and if you are a buyer to know that even if you are FHA or VA, it's not bad. I mean, if the property is in good shape and it is, safety wise good, then you won't have to worry about any of the loans that the appraisers will come out and take a look at for the appraisal. I just wanted to kind of share a little bit of information about FHA, VA, conventional, kind of go over those differences and what they look for, how you qualify for them as a buyer, and if there's something you maybe need to address prior to either listing the house or maybe even writing an offer if you're only going to qualify for an FHA or VA type loan. So basically, I'm just going to start at the beginning. FHA. So FHA and VA, those are both government-backed loans, and conventional is not. So there are different fees that are associated with those different types of loans, and of course I'm always going to refer you back to a lender or loan officer who can give you all of those numbers because that's the area that they specialize in. So if you want specific numbers, I would absolutely recommend that you get with somebody who specializes in that portion. So I'm just going to kind of breeze through all of these a little bit quicker. So FHA, you can put down as little as 3.5% down, and there will be private mortgage insurance on that one. VA, you can do 0 down. Actually, it's usually always 100% loan, and then there are some funding fees that are associated with that, and it depends on who you go through and how much those are. So, of course, ask the loan officer. Conventional, you can do as low as 3% down. Qualifications for your credit score, FHA, you can go as low as 580 is what I've heard right now. So 580 credit score, you can get approved for an FHA loan. And then conventional as low as 620. So usually with conventional, you're seeing that they have a higher credit score. And also, it is harder to qualify for a conventional loan because they have other requirements like steady income, good credit, and they can afford a down payment. So that's the main difference. It is a little harder to get qualified for a conventional loan. The FHA, there's only a max amount that you can get, and it kind of depends on the area that we're in and where you're looking. So you may not be able to qualify for, $500,000 house FHA in our area. But conventional, the highest right now, the max loan amount you can get in our area is $548,250. Your debt to income, what that means is basically you're going to take your income that you make monthly and compare that to how much debt you have monthly. So if your debt is higher than 57%, then that's the most you can do for an FHA. For conventional, it is actually 45%. So it's a lower amount. So your debt to income has to be lower for a conventional type loan. So basically, the other thing that as a seller, I know I've heard this a lot from other agents and people I know that are selling and buying. They're really concerned whenever they get an FHA or a VA type loan on their property because they think that there's all these restrictions, which there are. They're a little bit more strict, but the kicker is if your house is in good shape, for one, the roof is good, there's no safety issues such as like outlet covers missing or appliances that aren't working, AC's not working, that type of stuff, then, peeling paint is another one that they look for. Then more than likely, the FHA, VA, conventional isn't going to matter to you as a buyer or as a seller. So you just kind of have to look at each property specifically to know if you should really worry or maybe address certain things as a seller, or when you're a buyer, what to look for. So the main thing that they look for in an appraisal in general is they just want to look at the value. So let's see, I was reading through some of this so I could help explain what they look for. Basically, what the appraisers come out to do is that they come out and they're determining the value of the property, and they're also going to mainly stick within, depending on the type of property, they're mainly going to stick within about a half mile to a mile radius around that property. So there are different ways that you can go about it if there's not something that specifically matches that property itself. You can possibly have them go out a little bit further. So it just kind of depends on the appraiser and on the lender. But the main difference between an FHA and a VA is FHA appraisals are much stricter when it comes to safety and on the property. So they'll look for mold. They'll look and make sure that your railings are attached on your stairways and on your raised decks. They'll make sure that those are functioning and, sturdy. Outlet covers and the correct outlets next to water. And then the function of your electronic appliances, so making sure that your dishwasher and your stove or oven and your refrigerator work. And then, of course, they look for peeling, chipped, or flaky paint on the exterior of your house. So those are some of the main things I wanted to go over. The other things that we've heard of a lot of is the drainage around the property. So you want to make sure that the slopage away from the house goes away from the house with your dirt that's around the foundation. So all that water will just run away from the foundation instead of into your property. Exposed wires, like in the basement, if there's an open ceiling, if there's any sort of open wires or hanging wires, that's usually going to flag on an FHA because that's a safety feature. All of the appraisers on all three type loans are going to look for smoke detectors, and there has to be one on each level of the property. So if you have a ranch with a basement, there has to be two, one on the main and one in the basement. So that just kind of helps you there. Termites, the main thing, if you have something come back with termites on an FHA, you cannot have termites in order to close on that property. So they'll have to be treated. A VA, the only difference there is that the buyer cannot pay for the termite treatment. Conventional, of course, they don't want you to have those either. Let's see. Broken windows, those are a big thing that usually pop on FHA or VA. And it just kind of depends on how bad it is. I know some appraisers may or may not flag it depending on how bad it is and if it's an issue or not. But basically what I wanted to come on here and say is just that if you're a seller and your property is in good shape and you don't have any of these, broken windows, unsafe plumbing, your HVAC is working, all your electrical is in good shape, your property's in good shape, your roof's in good shape, then more than likely you won't have any issues with any of these appraisals or loan types, FHA, VA, or conventional. Now, if you do have some of those issues, then you may want to address those prior to listing, or maybe not even offer that as a financing option if you don't want to have to take care of some of those things. So just make sure that you're talking with your agent and asking those questions. But just know that it's not scary to accept an FHA or a VA loan if you are in good shape, if your house is in good shape. So hopefully that helps you guys. If you guys have any questions, if you want to know how much your house is worth, how much, what you would need to do if you're thinking about selling, what type of repair or updates you should do, let us know. We can come take a look at your house. We usually just like to schedule you as much as we can to put you, of course, we're busy. We have 3 kids. We like to spend time with our kids, but we do make those arrangements if evenings are the only time that work for you. But let us know. We'd love to help you guys. If you guys have questions or anything, just let us know. We're here for you guys. I hope you all have a great day, and hopefully this helped. Talk to y'all later. Bye.